Local news that matters. This is KLBK News at 6.
Coming up, Texas Tech med students celebrate the highly anticipated match day. Plus an update on the cleanup happening in Anton after Tuesday's storm. But first, Lubbock police say one person is dead after a crash today. Hi there, I'm Madi Salazar filling in for our Terry Furman. Thanks for joining us this Friday night. Lubbock police say a 20-year-old woman died this morning after she was hit by a pickup. Police say the person killed was Heaven Ramirez. The crash happened on the North Loop eastbound near North Slide Road. They got reports of a pickup truck hitting Ramirez around 7 this morning. If you were driving in the area, you probably noticed some congestion, but those roads are open to back up again, and the crash investigators are looking into the accident to find out what happened. The 32-year-old caught flying marijuana in Plainview last year was sentenced today to 12 months. This is Maxim Marinov. He accepted a plea agreement in Lubbock for possession of marijuana in November. Marinov admits he was caught with more than 140 pounds of marijuana at the airport in Plainview. In the fall, authorities say when he landed on the plane, he was met with 2 Homeland Security agents who asked to see his pilot's license. Court records show he later admitted he was paid $14,000 to fly the marijuana to Birmingham, Alabama. 42 years of memories destroyed in seconds after the tornado hit Anton on Tuesday. A family is now left to pick up the pieces. The community coming together to help Brenda Grace and her family after Tuesday's tornado left her family homeless. Grace contacted her insurance company, who says her home is totaled. Regardless of this tough time, she says she's grateful for the community support.
Never did I expect this. It was my understanding all watches had been lifted. We were watching the weather, and I had just walked outside. I thought the weather looked clear. No, I didn't expect anything. I still did not realize what had happened until I walked outside, saw the barn gone.
She does have plans to rebuild, but she'll have to live somewhere else for right now. And we're still seeing the impact of Wednesday's severe winds here in Lubbock. Lubbock Animal Services says a lot of dogs got loose because of blown over fences. Our Leah Doherty spoke with the folks over at LES. She joins us now in the studio. Leah, how many dogs did they find after the severe wind gusts?
LAS says they've received more than 20 dogs that all escaped during the wind event. They say some have already been claimed, but they still need owners to come out and identify their dogs. LAS has a policy that if the dog is not picked up within 72 hours, they become available for adoption. So if you are missing your dog, don't delay picking them up.
It was fences blowing over, and just the thunder and lightning, the wind, it really gets dogs excited. It bothers their nervous system. And we have about 400 dogs here, and so a lot of dogs look very similar, especially on a post on Facebook. So you really need to come out, ID your animal, and then we'll take it from there and get it back home to you.
Now, they told me before severe weather, people are pretty good about tying down their furniture, but we often forget to secure our fences and make sure they're in good condition so that our furry friends don't get out.
All right, thanks so much, Leah. We'll see you at 10. We now have an image of the man alleged to have attacked 2 mosques in New Zealand yesterday, killing 49 people and injuring several more. Karine Kaifa reports for us with more about the attack.
I'm a specialist. I don't feel safe anymore.
Dozens of people are dead following unprecedented terror attacks in New Zealand. The carefully orchestrated massacres targeted 2 mosques in Christchurch during Friday prayers. The suspect live-streamed the video of the attack and posted a manifesto online. Witnesses described the chaos of the scenes.
Then everybody just run toward the back doors just to save themselves. I don't know how many people died.
I heard the big sound, the gun, and the second one I heard, I ran. Lots of people were sitting in the floor.
New Zealand's Prime Minister is calling it one of the darkest days in her country's history.
Clearly what has happened here is an extraordinary and unprecedented act of violence.
Dozens were transported to a local hospital for treatment.
The injuries ranging from gunshot wounds to the head and face and arms, legs and torso, and soft tissue injuries.
World leaders have condemned the attacks. President Trump tweeting, "The U.S. stands by New Zealand." Queen Elizabeth said she is deeply saddened by the appalling events. And Australia's Prime Minister asking for flags to be flown at half-staff. I'm Karen Kaifa reporting.
And support for those in New Zealand is pouring in from North Texas. They issued a call to action to confront hate with love and to ask people to join together. The coalition gathered together, speaking out against the attacks and to share in heartbreak felt around the world. The Islamic Association of North Texas shared a message of solidarity on Facebook saying, "We will stand strong and firm in our conviction." And here's what local leaders had to say about the attacks and their concerns.
Our community is devastated, and we call for national action to push back against growing Islamophobia, white supremacy, and anti-immigrant bigotry in America and around the world.
We are in touch with the police department also in Allen and in Plano also, since we are on the border of Plano and Allen. So I received an email also this morning, early morning, from Mr. Micah, and he said that although they don't have any information about any threat, but nevertheless they are going to increase the patrol all around this area.
Several police departments say there will be increased patrol at area mosques in light of the attacks. The husband of a missing Texas woman is in jail, arrested on charges of tampering with evidence in her disappearance. Police believe she's dead and he's the only person of interest in the case. But as our Garrett Bringer reports, that isn't stopping the search for her.
His detectives are working very hard, literally still around the clock on this case.
Investigators still working to determine what exactly happened to Andreen McDonald and where she is now.
We're still going through technology and we are still trying to gather intelligence.
The sheriff's office asked for the public's help searching early on in the case, but that's since changed.
Now, because we don't have specific intelligence leading us to a certain spot that's conducive to searching with volunteers, we're handling much of those land searches on our own.
But people still feel compelled to help find the missing mother. There's a Facebook group dedicated to discussing the case, and some of its members have been talking about and planning their own searches. The sheriff says it's great that people want to help.
What we do ask is that they respect private property. If there's property that they shouldn't go on, they shouldn't. We also don't want them to put themselves at undue risk.
Salazar warned that it is rattlesnake weather, with the snakes getting more active, something one member of the group appears to have found out already, posting that they saw one of the venomous serpents while out looking. The sheriff says they'll ask for help in the future if it's necessary. But anyone out on their own should call the sheriff's office if they find something they think might be evidence.
Call us and let us come out and be the determining factor on that. Don't touch it, but certainly keep an eye on whatever the evidence might be that you feel it might be pertinent.
The merits of medical marijuana and conversation about cannabis came out from the shadows at South by Southwest in Austin today. The series of discussions featured how weed affects the mind and body, as well as the growing cannabis industry amid renewed push to legalize pot. 33 states have taken steps to decriminalize marijuana. Former U.S. House Speaker John Boehner participated in the panel about expanding access to cannabis. He says he's never tried it, but wants people who benefit from the medical properties to be able to take advantage, and Washington is getting in the way.
So the American people clearly are changing their views of this product. And as they do, this industry is going to grow, frankly, exponentially over the next 10 or 20 years.
Some law enforcement agencies around Texas are critical of expanding marijuana use, whether for medical or recreational, and they cite intoxication levels posing a threat to society. A very emotional day for graduating medical students after months of anxiety. Today, they learned their professional fate during residency match day. More than 70 Texas Tech students found out where their residency will be and also what specialty they'll be learning. Our Emily Harrison was at Texas Tech for the letter opening ceremony. She tells us about some special reactions.
I'm going to Windy City, baby! Yes!
These red envelopes may be small, but the weight of what they contain is enormous.
Yeah, I started crying before I even opened the envelope.
They hold the fate of many soon-to-be doctors.
It's really emotional for us to see a group of students that were so worried about anatomy on day one to actually have developed in such an excellent way and headed to be outstanding physicians.
It's a matching process that began in the fall. Students and programs rank their favorites top to bottom into some of the country's most competitive programs.
I honestly, to be quite honest, I didn't know if I was good enough to get into Mayo Clinic, so it was just an absolute shock when I matched there. I was shocked because everybody that applied pediatrics really loved this program, and I know a ton of people that ranked it first or second, like in their top 3. So I was like, there's no way I'm going to get this program that everybody wants.
With cheers and hugs and a few tears.
Oh my gosh.
Matching Day is a celebration of the next big step.
Well, the most important thing I tell them today is that they matched in a good program, and don't think about any program that they might have preferred, because this is the program that wanted you, and this is the program that you're going to make work over the next several years.
Emily Harrison, KLBK News.
All right, thanks, Emily, and congrats to all the students. Remember, today is the last day to apply for a free colonoscopy screening. Covenant's showing their support for National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. You need to meet some requirements. You must be over 50 years old or have a family history of colon cancer, no previous colonoscopy, and must qualify for financial assistance. If you are interested, call the number that you see on your screen. The clinic will be there next Saturday. And coming up a little later in our newscast, how protesters at South by Southwest are hoping to spark change in the tech industry.
And we are going to be tracking a chilly weekend in store, but we're also tracking some precipitation on the way. Find out the details in the